Well, right now, the first choice for Hawaii is get the side out.
Brooks Sador on the left. He only hits on the left one time. Here's Hawaii's outsides. They're hitting 0-24. Their middle's hitting 625. I'm not sure that pass was good enough to set the middle.
Sador block. Another opportunity for Hawaii. They're going to go right back to Sador against the double block. Saki Ito with a nice dig. And then the block by Hawaii, but out, and a point for Stanford. And it is a 1-point set. They have narrowed the gap from down 6.
I'll tell you, Sador had a great swing at the ball on the outside. Grant Delgado just made a better dig. He popped it right up so Stanford could run a play, and Irvin converted.
So a huge point for Hawaii. A side out here, 23-21, looks pretty good. Out of the back row, not a good play for Hawaii. Siki didn't get a good look at it. Back the other way, not a good pass for Stanford, and Hawaii takes advantage of it. Oh, that was a big, big point for the Warriors.
That set just got away from Delgado a little bit, got too close to the net, and Cook really had nowhere to go. Hawaii kind of fortunate there to get their 23rd point. Now they've got a very good server back there in J.P. Marks to possibly get a natural point.
Not such a big point. Neither team really put their best foot forward on that last one, but Hawaii came out.
Hawaii with three pretty good blockers up right now with Holt, Sarkovic, and Brooks Sador. So good front row.
JP with a good serve. Cook powers it through the double block. Point for the Cardinal. And Hawaii now clings to that 1-point advantage. In need of the side out. Back to serve will be Stephen Irvin. You hear the chant of the crowd. Let's go, Bows. Cheap. Oh, that was a big pass. Siki, and Siki off the hands of Canella, and Hawaii at set point 24-22.
That pass was off the net, so Hawaii was out of system. And then Siki takes that long cross-court set from Ramos and just rips it. My goodness, it was a great hit. He was off the net, falling away a little bit, about the 8-foot line. Stanford had a well-formed block, and somehow he found a way around it.
Hawaii serving for the set. Holt. Pass up. Cook. Not a good swing. Hawaii now with an opportunity. Sador. Oh, dug up back there by Shaw. Cook again off the high hands. Holt keeps it alive. Ramos sets up Siki. Block. But out. And Hawaii takes set number 2. The Stanford Cardinal, they were trying to ask if that ball was in. It was not. Charlie Wade with a little wink. And he's heading for the locker room. We're even at 1-1. We got a little something brewing in Manoa tonight. All righty, back at the Stan Sheriff Center. A rousing second set by the University of Hawaii Warriors to even it up at 1-1. And let's look at the McDonald's match stats.
Well, Stanford having more kills. Attempts about the same. Kill percentage, Stanford with the higher kill percentage, but in the second set, they sided out at a mere 58%. Hawaii sided out at 65%. That's how Hawaii won that second set. Look at the blocking by Hawaii. Hawaii's not one of the bigger teams in the league, and they're about 11th in blocking, in fact, out of the 13 teams in the MPSF, but 9 blocks to Stanford 6. That's pretty impressive. The rest of the stuff about 8. But here's the story of the night, folks, in case you're just joining us. The story of the night is Hawaii's middles hitting 625. Yeah. Taylor Averill and Davis Holt having a monster night, and their outsides only hitting .085. J.P. Marks has only 1 kill tonight. That's got to change, or Hawaii's going to be on the short end of the stick tonight, because you cannot win a match relying solely on your middle attack. Your outsides have got to come to life. J.P. Marks has got to come to life. I think Siki has also got to come to life as well. Otherwise, they're in trouble. And for Stanford, they've only got 2 guys that are really lighting it up, and that's Brian Cook with 13 kills. He's hitting 400. And Stephen Irvin, he's hitting 438. He's got 9 kills. But there's a little bit better set distribution over there. Kneller's got 3 kills. Mahalski's only got a couple, but so Mahalski's got to come alive in the middle. So this third set, it's really be interesting to see what kind of adjustments both setters and both coaches make.
Well, Joby Ramos to get things going for the University of Hawaii Warriors. We'll serve it away, and we're underway off the tape. Dug up. And then the swing, that is out. Hitting it wide on the first swing of this third set is Stephen Irvin. And Ramos gets the natural point for the University of Hawaii. They played well in that second set, as you said. Side-out percentage significantly higher than that first set where they only hit, what, 161. But you could just see this team, Chris, just really coming alive, and the confidence and understanding and believing that you can come out here and not only compete with, but beat anybody on any given night. And that's what we've been seeing from the Warriors over the past several matches.
Stanford was chosen in the preseason polls, I believe 2 or 3. And Pepperdine, of course, was picked for that 2 or 3 number. And for Hawaii wasn't picked for anything. So for Hawaii to beat Pepperdine last week, 2 nights in a row, and for them to split the first 2 sets with Stanford, it's got to give them some confidence to feel like they really can play with and beat anybody.
Davis Holt missed on the first opportunity, got the overpass, put it down, but was called for the net violation, and so the point goes to Stanford. And Holt a little frustrated with himself because he had an easy kill.
His second mistake of the night.
And marks, and there's his second kill of the night. JP, he said you can't keep a good man down for long, and flexing a little muscle on that swing there. JP back to serve it up for Hawaii. There you see his numbers very anemic by his usual standards. Overpass, Hawaii with the advantage. Cheap will set up. Sador saw the double block, just tried to pinch it in with the high angle, and that's off the arms of Ramos over our head into the front row. Point Cardinals. Back to serve it up for the Cardinal will be Stephen Irvin. Behind him, Jared Lofi, a former University of Hawaii middle.
Is it toga night or something? What's going on over there?
I was just about to say, it was supposed to be toga night, but it wasn't well publicized. And so few people, if any, came out as Brooks Sador gets the kill. But somehow, somewhere, Jared Lofi went and dug up a couple of bed sheets, and I don't even want to think where he may have pulled them out from.
And now he's dressing other people in the crowd as well.
There you go. So you got 3 togas in the front row, but Jared Lofi there with the beard. I tell you what, he was here at the fundraiser banquet for the Warriors on Wednesday night. He is here at every single match, and he is in the head and in the ears of these servers for the opponents when they drop back, and they're right there in front of him.
4-year player for the University of Hawaii Warriors, and one of the hardest workers they've ever seen. Great work ethic, loved by all the coaches that he had. He had Coach Wilton, and then he had Coach Wade. Coaches just loved his work ethic, and I think he wishes he could be out there just one more year.
Also known for his smarts, an engineering major.
Exactly.
And just a great student. Got a great future ahead of him. Siki with the booming kill.
So already Sarkovic and JP Marks have picked up a kill each here in the third set. Maybe that will change the tone of Hawaii's offensive set distribution. Then he falls. New middle in for Hawaii.
And Sador to serve it up for the Warriors. Good serve just inside the line. That's a service ace for Hawaii.
Brooks Sador, who used to be the serving specialist, now a starter who gets to serve a lot. I think he's enjoying it. Leads the Warriors with 11 aces. So now he's got 12.
Put that one right past Scooter Sakita out of Iolani High School. Overpass. Hawaii going to set it up a little bit too far off the net. And then out of the back row, Marks with a big serve. Cheap gets the ricochet, and that one is it off the antenna. I'm not exactly sure what happened there, but it's point for the Cardinal.
I think it went into the cable. Watch Matthew Cheap in the back row as libero. There pops as he stays low and pops the ball up with one arm, keeps it under control. So you don't always have to get 2 hands on the ball. There you see his digs for the year, almost 2 digs per set.
Brian Cook pops it over. Cheap again with the pass, and Sador off the hands, dug up back there by Cook. Nice play by him. JP pops it up. And now Siki actually got a pretty good swing out of a good pass to him. Not a good hit that time. One of the few mishits by Cook. They go back to the far side and Siki, and he is blocked.
Siki got a pretty good swing out. It's just a better Stanford block. Stanford's trying to get stronger at the net. They've now got 7 blocks on the night. James Shaw got most of that one. Highly touted freshman from Mountain View, California, St. Francis High School, whose father, Don, coached for many years on the women's side, got 4 national championships, and he coached 7 years with the men as well. So you think the kid's been around a few gymnasiums?
Yeah.
What do you think, Howard?
I would say so, yeah. Pretty much born to play. As you would expect, a very California-laden roster. In fact, only 4 players. And look at that little play off of a typical pass by Cheap. Cheap couldn't really get a clean pass because it was off the cable. And then Joby with just a great little dump shot.
It was a good serve, tough to pass because of the cable right there. And Ramos just caught Stanford off guard there.
But on the Stanford roster, all but 4 of their players from California. They got Colorado, Illinois, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and of course Honolulu, Hawaii on their roster. JP Marks, good hustle play by JP in Hawaii, and then the dump shot right back at Hawaii, courtesy of James Shaw.
You know, Shaw made a really smart play right there. JP Marks had to go off the court to bump it back in, and Shaw knew that JP Marks was the blocker that was assigned to him to catch the dump. Marks just couldn't get there in time.
JP trying to go cross court. Nice dig back up there by Delgado. The liberos, they switch liberos again. And they're going to call a lift on Hawaii.
Well, the ball just stayed in Taylor Averill's hands too long. And in slow motion here, it's probably going to stay even longer. Here it is right here. And it just stayed there too long. Good call by Jesse Martinez, the referee.
Sador flying in out of the back row, unable to put it down. And then not a really good hit by Kneller, but it proves to be effective. Point for the Cardinal, and they take a 3-point advantage at 9-6. And they are now on a 5-1 run.
Did a nice job just keeping the ball in play. It was a broken play. He did a nice job just keeping the ball in play so that his blockers could get a chance, or maybe he might get lucky and his roll shot would go in.
Marks trying to go cross court. That one just out. And the run continues for Stanford, and Charlie Wade's going to call a timeout with his team down 10-6. We'll also take a timeout. Back at the Stanley, Hawaii has a little bit of a hole to dig out from. Hey, for the latest information on UH Athletics, go to hawaiiathletics.com for University of Hawaii news, tickets, video, and more. Also visit UH's Twitter page, Facebook, YouTube, sites, all there to help you follow your favorite teams and learn about all the latest University of Hawaii promotions. Service there by the Cardinal, and so that ends that little mini run that they were on. And Taylor Averill will go back to serve it for Hawaii.
Kneller misses the serve there, but boy, what a night he's had in the back row other than serving. 12 digs to lead Stanford. Next player's got 7, so Jake Kneller having a big night in the back row.
Averill pops it over, dug up by Sador. Averill, that's going to be an overpass. No, it's not. Ramos able to just up and get it. And again, that little dump shot, you can see the intelligence and the knowledge of Shaw, who just knows exactly where people will be and perhaps more importantly will not be.
Exactly. He just played so much volleyball, and he knew exactly where the open spot was, and he got Hawaii's defense a little caught him off guard.
Marks off the block. The great thing about the dump shot is you're putting it in a spot on the court that you're not looking at, and you're looking at about 2/3, and based on what you see in that 2/3, you know that nobody's over on that other 1/3, and you just blindly put it there. And it's just so nice when you do it effectively like that.
Exactly. And at 6'7", he can put the ball in a downward arc as opposed to some of the shorter setters who have to go hit it up before it goes down.
Like Joby. Flying in off the block and getting credit for the kill. Stephen Irvin.
Net violation on Brooks Sador as well.